This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you from downtown Manila. And I've got a very interesting guest today. She's in a business I used to be pretty much involved in for some 20 odd years. So we've had a bit of a chit chat about that and exchanged a few ideas so we can hopefully help each other. But guys, what I want to do today, introduce this lovely lady. Her name is, bear with me, guys, I'm on tablets, I'm having my broken shoulder, my eyes are a bit blurry. Her name is Susanna 𝐿, and she's a mentor, coach, and author, co-owner, of the Fiesta Ottawa, and provide coaching and mentorship through the event-and-rental-professional.com. So she's in the event and rental industry, but she knows a lot about business, guys. So she'd be worth having a cup of coffee with and exchange a few ideas. You never know what you might learn, right? Nothing like a virtual cup of coffee. Brief description of her business: she's in the event, rental, and balloons industry. We provide rental items to a variety of events such as weddings, personal, corporate functions, as well as balloon bouquets and decor. Key achievements: my partner and I took a franchise business to going solo after 5 years, and we were able to overcome this major setback, followed up with the pandemic that shut us down. That's right, I lost my catering business over the pandemic, by the way. That shut us down, but still come through with a profitable business. Personal projects: there's 3 books in progress, soon to publish the first one. Stop the other 2 and start focus on the one of them. Let's do it one at a time, right? Personal motto and philosophy: be kind, help where you can, and be true to yourself. That's good advice, guys. Only you know where you want to take your journey on earth. Go get it. Love working with others, collaboration on projects, teaching, and mentoring. And that's important, guys. Interesting fact about yourself: love a variety of creative type hobbies and Latin club dancing. That's interesting. As well as a new edition of line dancing for exercise purpose. You don't even know you're exercising when you do that, you're having fun. And used to teach Zumba amongst other fitness type classes. So guys, health is wealth. Trust me, I know all about it. So my great pleasure to welcome to the day today, Susanna. How are you, Susanna?
I'm great. Thank you, Jeff.
You're most welcome. Let's get the show underway. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your career path. Where did it all start?
Well, it started in 2011, actually. Knee surgery, was teaching fitness for 10 years. I was in IT for 10 years before that. I knew that I was up to 20 classes a week in fitness. It was becoming too much with age. Of course, that doesn't help. You got one surgery already under your belt, you know more are potentially coming. So I thought, okay, I need to look for something different. So I was on the hunt. I was looking, and it took me months, but that's okay. I was in it for the long haul. I came across a franchise opportunity right here in Ottawa, and it was Ottawa based. And the franchise owners are in Ottawa. So that was a perfect match. I just needed to find a partner. So I ended up finding a partner, and him being with a finance degree, which was key for me because finance is not my strong suit. I I understand money, but I don't want to be behind the computer doing the spreadsheet thing. That's just not where I want to be. So I need somebody that can do that, and he can. So this is great. And we started off as a franchisee, way underfunded, but we pulled through, paid it off, got it all up and running, and then yeah, that's how we ended up in the event rental business. We ended up partnering with them and then eventually leaving the partnership, leading to a name change. And now we're solely on our own since 2016.
What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome that?
For me, challenging is the staffing. They come and go. It's constant training, which is inevitable in this business. And finding the right people, key people. Basically, the motto for me is hire slow, fire fast. I sometimes have to keep reminding myself I am too generous sometimes to try and keep them longer than I should if they're not working out. And the other biggest challenge is cash flow. At the beginning was cash flow. It's seasonal. The winters here are long, which means it's a long stretch without not enough coming in for the overhead. So it's managing that cash flow and also keeping your cash flow for you and not necessarily spending all of your cash flow or your existing cash on new products. After a couple of years of inventory, a couple of years of being in business, you have other ways to get inventory. Use it.
Yeah, that's right. You can even sub-brands, all sorts of things. Tell us about an important moment in your career that pretty much changed your direction. What was that pivotal moment?
The pivotal moment really was leaving a franchise. We were so trained to do, this is what we need to do. These are the instructions we have. This is what we need to order. This is how we need to set up the store. However, in those first couple of years, we were like, yeah. But we started to realize like some of those things just didn't 100% work for us. And then you try to change it, but you can't. And then, the head office has demands and we couldn't always necessarily meet them, etc. And then with a bunch of franchise changes in our city, we ended up, head office amalgamated a few locations that were corporate stores just to streamline their end of the business. And they offered us a partnership. So we took it. And what we did was I stayed at our original store and then he went to the other location and managed it where the franchise owners did not work out of the location. So we ran the show for 18 months or so and severed the partnership then.
Tell me, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field? Because it's always constantly changing. You're always going to come up with new ideas, new products. How do you do that?
Yeah, but that's the fun part.
Absolutely.
I like to build things. So in the past, my father is a contractor by trade. He's still alive. He's 80 years old already. However, physically fit, and he helps me out. I come up with some ideas, I find the plans, or I find a picture, and we make it work. It's all no tools required arches, an arbor. Now I'm building a wood wall for a background, and also some cooler boxes with large wheels because we have a fair amount of people that are having events in parks, and the large wheels will help get the cooler to the other end of the field, let's say.
Yeah, nice idea. Um,
Mhm.
Tell me, tell us about a recent project or an achievement you're particularly proud of.
Yeah, there's a few things. One main thing is I really like an annual father-daughter ball that we help support, and I attend it, and I get to see all the little girls in their princess dresses to have a great time with their fathers. It's red carpet is rolled out. They have a background. They always have there was a lady painting. They were able to put the star with a Q-tip in the painting. They had a motorcycle there that they could sit on with a fan going so all their hair is flying. It was just so much fun to watch. And of course, it's raising money, right? So it's raising money for a charity every year. And the other thing is I'm heavily into promoting rentanythingstore.com as well. We own the Ottawa territory. And basically, I'm now in a position where I can help anybody in our city create their own rental store from home.
Nice.
So, as an example, if you were at home and you say, okay, well, I got two lawnmowers, I don't really need two. Instead of getting rid of one, they put one up on Rent Anything Store. They're renting it out to somebody else in the neighborhood, let's say. Baby gear is another big one, and sporting equipment like paddle boards, canoes, kayaks.
Love it. Tell me, what advice
Yeah.
give someone aspiring to follow in your footsteps and some of the mistakes you've made, etc.? What advice would you give someone who wanted to follow along in your footsteps?
The advice is do not empty your bank account by buying shiny objects.
Yeah, well, we've all been there and all done that, I guess.
Yes, try to prevent that as much as possible. Do not buy anything when you're going into slow season. Only purchase when you're partway through your heavy season, your busy season, so that you know where your financials are at. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be something new. There's always going to be something somebody has that you want. I have a long list of things that I want. That doesn't mean I got to get them all right now because I just can't, because it's not business smart to do so.
I agree.
It's learning that restraint.
Tell me, looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future?
My aspirations for the future. Yes. Well, with our business expanding and it's going really well and I'm finding the right staff, I'm now branching out and spending more of my time actually promoting my book, which is in version 1. Currently, you can download it still for free on eventrentalprofessional.com, and then I'll be publishing that in the coming months. That's one of my main things that I'm really working on. And I love working with other people and mentoring.
Obviously, you're a
I
people
think that comes from my fitness days.
person. You just train people as long as they listen. Tell me, how can people watching this podcast or listening, how can they find out more about you and your wonderful services?
Yeah, from my main website, actually. My name is SusannaDeVeere.com and then our eventrentalprofessional.com. If you happen to be in the event rental field, you can reach me there direct, but there's links from my main website as well.
Yeah, from what I see also, Susanna, you probably give a lot of people some good business advice because business is business. At the end of the day, whether it's event rental or party hire or
Yeah.
catering, whatever, business is business. And
Yes,
business is often made up of experiences and common sense. Wouldn't you agree?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll give you a good one for your staff and for all those out there. Go on LinkedIn, guys. We have a lot of success finding some awesome staff on LinkedIn. Some of these other agency places that charge you $300 and $400 for an ad, and you get nothing, right? Zip. Go on LinkedIn and get AI to write you a nice ad. Once you put the ad up, LinkedIn will say, "We suggest you spend $60 a day." Tell them to get staffed and put $10 a day. You'll get the same result. That's an inside tip for you. You don't need to spend 60 a day. Spend $10 a day. Try it out for 3 or 4 days and thank me later, guys, because it works. It works unbelievably. Sometimes we get over 100 applications and we spend $20. So
That's fantastic. That's a good tip. Thank you.
it's awesome. Let me see. Before we wrap it up, tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people don't know.
A fun fact about myself. Well, Canada is my third country that I'm living in. I'm originally born in the Netherlands and I'm Canadian. Love it. Can't say that I don't because it's a great place to live and I love to travel. Naturally, because I've been in so many places.
Love it. Love it. Thanks for being on the show today, Susanna. You've been an awesome guest. And let's get this all fixed up for you and get it over to you ASAP.
Thank you so much. You have a great, great show.